Hello and welcome back to a special video. Over the years, a shocking 4 out of 45 US presidents have been assassinated. It's a grim club, with Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, William McKinley, and John F. Kennedy as members. Each of these tragic events has left a deep mark on the nation's history. Adding to this unsettling trend, 7 out of the past 9 presidents have been targets of violence. Most recently, former President Donald Trump narrowly escaped an assassination attempt, adding yet another chapter to the storied resilience that defines the presidency. Whether one leans left or right, it's clear that the role carries risks that most of us couldn't imagine facing daily. This special is about US presidents and candidates who survived deadly attacks and those who didn't.
The people, by the people, for the people.
Imagine being tucked away in a dimly lit theater, the air filled with laughter as the curtains sway to the whims of the comedic drama, Our American Cousin. It was a similar scene back on the evening of April 14, 1865, at Ford's Theater in Washington. Abraham Lincoln, the man at the helm of a newly unified nation post-Civil War, was there enjoying a much-needed respite with his wife, Mary Todd Lincoln. Little did he know, tragedy was just moments away. John Wilkes Booth, an actor and Southern sympathizer, crept into Lincoln's presidential box and delivered a fatal shot to the back of his head. This marked the somber end of the 16th President of the United States, a visionary leader whose commitment to abolishing slavery reshaped America. As we remember Lincoln, let's not just recall his untimely demise, but also honor his enduring legacy of freedom and unity.
Day off. You may not see, gentlemen, is that we are doing this for the good of the city.
Theodore Roosevelt's brush with death is as larger than life as the man himself. Picture this. It's 1912, and Theodore, frequently referred to as Teddy, or TR, is on the campaign trail, gunning for an unprecedented third term as president. He's outside the Gilpatrick Hotel in Milwaukee, moments from a speech when bang, a shot rings out. The assailant, John Schrank, a disturbed man who would later spend his life in mental institutions, fires, but Teddy is saved by a stroke of sheer luck. His speech manuscript and a metal glasses case in his pocket take the brunt of the bullet. Teddy's refusal to fold under pressure reminds us all that sometimes true grit is the best protection.
God's work must truly be our own.
The assassination of John F. Kennedy remains a deeply etched piece of American history, stirring as much conversation today as it did back in 1963. On that fateful November day in Dallas, Texas, Kennedy, the nation's 35th president, was riding with his wife Jackie when tragedy struck. As their open-topped car passed the Texas School Book Depository at Dealey Plaza, Lee Harvey Oswald fired from a hidden vantage point, striking Kennedy in the neck and head. The chaos that ensued was palpable, with the president being rushed to Parkland Memorial Hospital where he tragically succumbed to his injuries. What followed was a rapid transition of power, a scene straight out of a movie, with Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson being sworn in aboard Air Force One. This marked the only time a U.S. president has taken the oath of office on an airplane, a stark backdrop to a nation in mourning. Oswald's capture only hours later did little to quell the national anxiety that followed, leaving more questions than answers. Remembering JFK, we think not only of his untimely demise but of his vision and charisma that continue to inspire. His legacy, marked by both aspiration and tragedy, remains a poignant chapter in the American story.
Thanks to all of you, and now it's on to Chicago, and let's win there.
It's shocking to realize that the same hopeful energy that carried Robert F. Kennedy through the 1968 California primary vanished in just one tragic moment at the Ambassador Hotel. The charismatic senator, fresh off a victory speech, was navigating through the kitchen corridor when the unthinkable happened. Struck by an assassin's bullet, the scene turned from celebration to chaos in an instant. The fact that 5 others were injured underscores the brutal unpredictability of that night. Sirhan Sirhan, the man behind this devastating act, was handed a life sentence after initially receiving the death penalty, a fate commuted as the years went by. Despite numerous appeals, he remains behind bars, a lingering reminder of the night that could have redirected American politics. For those of us who remember June 5, 1968, it's not just about the loss of a potential president. It's about the abrupt end to a vision of what could have been. As we reflect on Robert F. Kennedy's legacy, we're reminded of his zest for life and his unyielding commitment to the nation, a flame extinguished far too soon.
I have some assets that might be helpful in working with the Congress.
It's pretty wild to think that Gerald Ford, the 38th President of the U.S., dodged not 1, but 2 bullets, literally. Within just a few weeks in 1975, he faced assassination attempts from 2 completely unrelated individuals. The first scare came from Lynette "Squeaky" Fromm, a follower of Charles Manson. She made her move on September 5th, as Ford was strolling to a meeting in Sacramento, brandishing a semi-automatic but, thankfully, not managing to fire a single shot. Then, as if that wasn't enough drama, just 17 days later, Sarah Jane Moore took a shot at Ford outside a San Francisco hotel. She actually fired, but a quick-thinking bystander grabbed her arm, foiling her attempt at a second shot. Both Fromm and Moore were caught, tried, and ended up serving time in prison, with releases in 2009 and 2007, respectively. It's astonishing how history can hinge on such moments of sheer luck and the bravery of everyday folks. Gerald Ford surely must have had a guardian angel looking over him during those tumultuous days.
Women and girls around the world and protect their human rights. Thank you very much.
You might be surprised to learn that Jimmy Carter, despite his peaceful post-presidency, once dodged danger not abroad, but right at home. In 1979, while still in office, Carter was nearly added to the grim list of U.S. presidents targeted in assassination attempts. A bold move by the Secret Service thwarted a plan by Raymond Lee Harvey, armed with a starter pistol, to make a lethal statement during a speech in Los Angeles. Thankfully, he was apprehended before a real threat materialized. Today, Carter's resilience seems to mirror his tireless humanitarian efforts, showing that even in peril, his commitment to peace never wavered. What an enduring legacy of strength and dedication. In a shocking turn of events, former President Donald Trump narrowly escaped death during an assassination attempt at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Trump was in the middle of his speech when chaos erupted. Here's a detailed look at how the harrowing attack on former President Donald Trump unfolded. As Trump delivered his speech from the stage, positioned with a backdrop of vigilant Secret Service snipers stationed on a nearby building, tension escalated rapidly. Eyewitnesses had already noticed someone suspicious, and shouts about a man with a gun circulated moments before the first shot was fired. The gunman, later identified as Thomas Matthew Crooks from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, was alarmingly close, less than 450 feet away with an unobstructed line of sight to the stage. As the atmosphere thickened with impending danger, Trump continued his address, unaware of the threat aligning against him. Moments before the shots rang out, the Secret Service's sharp-eyed snipers turned towards the direction of the gunman. Their quick detection and response were crucial. Crooks was neutralized after discharging 8 rounds into the crowd, but not before one bullet narrowly grazed Trump, marking his face with blood, an image now permanently imprinted in public memory. Unfortunately, this tragedy claimed the life of an innocent spectator, who was identified as 50-year-old Corey Comparatore. 2 other people were critically injured, but are both listed in stable condition. In the chilling footage you are about to see, the crowd is engulfed in panic, screaming for help as the tragedy unfolds. This incident adds to the complex tapestry of American political history, highlighting both the vulnerability and resilience of public figures. Reflecting on the resilience and vulnerabilities of U.S. presidents and candidates highlights the profound impact of their legacies. These stories go beyond mere historical accounts. They underscore the immense risks and responsibilities shouldered by those at the helm. If today's exploration of these critical moments resonated with you, please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's continue to honor their legacies together. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.